is the
No.
Pacers. Who? Go ahead.
I,
You're not starting this one?
I'm not starting this one. I'm not starting this one. I want to know what y'all say. I already
So,
have my rating, and
they've lost 5. Outside of very, very recently. So, I tried to do 1A and 1F for each conference. The Pacers actually got my A for. Yes, I had zero
as they
expectations
should
for
have.
this team. I thought they would be closer to the Pistons than they are right now. I did not expect them to be a play-in tournament team. I did not. Wasn't at some point they were a top 5 seed when they had that ridiculous. I did not expect that. Tyrese Halliburton has been amazing. The core looks great. They're an A. They're great. I said it. The Pacers are good.
This one hurts. Oh, so this
Don't
one
tell me I
hurts.
rated your team
This one
higher than you
hurts.
did.
You
You
significantly
burn
did.
it down.
You significantly did.
You
significantly did.
absolutely did. He's
You
probably a D or an
significantly
F.
did. So, do you remember what my standard was for how I wanted to rate teams? So, my standard is don't, because you never listen to me. So, my standard is how they're performing to expectations. And that's not always a good thing. Yes, Tyrese Halliburton has been that guy. Yes, Tyrese Halliburton has been that guy. He has been he's not going to make it arguably an all-star. I think he's not going to make it based on fan
I had him
voting,
ranked
but
higher
he
than Trae
could
Young
make
this
it
year.
as an injury reserve, which still counts. It still goes on the resume. By the way, we really need to do what we need to do. By the way, we really need to do what we need to do our all-star ballots. Has been Big Matherin has been Aaron Smith has been amazing. Jalen Smith has been amazing. Jalen Smith has not been exactly a show stealer like we expected. Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, having career years. These are all great things as a Pacers fan. The question is, in terms of the future, are these players going to make enough of a jump to be a championship contender within the next 2 or 3 years? Because they're not this year. Not even the most optimistic Pacer fan would say this is our year. This was the year to tank, and obviously I don't want the team to tank. I hate tanking. I don't think any team should tank. But this was the year to not be good, and the Pacers have been really, really good. And as a Pacers fan, I love that. I love watching the games. But from a rating standpoint, I gotta give them a C. They're not where I want them to be. I wanted to be in that lottery sweepstakes. Not necessarily to get Victor, but we know if Miles Turner's not extended, he's probably leaving. There's not a backup plan to replace him. Like, yeah, Isaiah Jackson potentially could be that guy. Goga Batadze, long shot could be that guy. But I don't know. This is like a fun season, but I'm worried about what the implications of a fun season are going to be for the future. So, as a Pacer fan, I rated them lower. I said a C. I thought they should have been full in on embrace the rebuild and not just the retool. And Tyrese Halliburton, just as a tangent here, I think could go down just on what we've seen as one of, I'm not going to say the best, but one of the best Pacers of all time. He seems like a guy that wants to be here for the rest of his career. I'm going to be really upset with the front office if we waste his prime by not getting help here like we did with Paul George, because I don't blame Paul George for requesting the trade. The front office
Wouldn't it
didn't
be the most
even attempt to
Pacers
bring in
thing if you
pieces.
are, once again, the perpetual team that makes it to the divisional and then loses?
Oh, absolutely. That would be. Oh, absolutely. That would be. There's a joke in sports history that there's a joke in sports history that like when I get lowered into the grave, I want the Pacers to do it so they can let me down one last time. Um, but yeah, no, they get a C from me. If it was just based on performance, it's an A. It might even be an A plus because they're punching so high above their grade. But I had to rate them a C. Austin, what do you have the Pacers at? It should be really high because young
S
pieces.
minus.
S minus.
S minus.
S minus. Yeah. So I mean, you know me, I'm all about young players that are playing well above what they should. You hit multiple times. Halliburton, Matherin, Nimhard, Neesmith. They're all great pieces. They're young.
And they put the
Matherin's
Pacers
got
to be exactly where
his
I want them, which
gifts.
is losing to the Cavaliers in the divisional round every
He's a
year.
lottery.
I love it.
His few years. Pick wise, they have all of their picks potentially except for this first one. Boston gets it if it's 13 through
Cleveland's
30.
gonna get
Cleveland
it,
may
which
get
is
it if
gonna
it's
be
15
great.
through 30.
It's gonna be great.
But that's not that big of a deal. Yeah, Cleveland's not going to get anything.
You also didn't mention the fact that Benedict Mathurin is the best player in the NBA, better than LeBron James. We have proof of it.
The GOAT.
It's the GOAT. He's the new GOAT. He is the new GOAT. That was less painful than I thought it was going to be.
One
but
Chicago
who is next,
Bulls.
Angelo?